I knew people on the internet are mean, but I didn't expect people to DM me and saying to go kill myself because I'm a bad wife.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaomi, aka Petite Diva, and this video is all about a stay-at-home mom who was complaining that her husband, after working 64 hours in a week, that when he was having his day off, he didn't want to do anything with the family. He just wanted to stay at home and just relax with her and her kid. And she came online to ask question about the whole situation. So in this video, we are going to check out our original video. We are going to check out people's response to a video, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, let's get into this video.
Yo, so here's the thing. My husband works 2 jobs, and he works 64 hours a week. Has like 1 day
That's
off.
a lot of hours.
And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us, like me, Sophie, and him, and I want us to have a family day. But he wants to stay home and spend time with us. But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
No. You're not being reasonable, but
and he works 64 hours a week, has like 1 day off, and within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us, but he wants to stay home and spend time with us. But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
At the risk of being called a pick-me, because God forbid I defend men more than once a year, this woman is completely in the wrong. Someone told her to get a job, and she said no, LOL, while her husband is out working 64 hours a week at 2 different jobs. And she's online complaining about how he doesn't want to go hiking with his family on his 1 day off. If quality time means that much to you, a part-time job could help take some of the weight off his plate so he has the bandwidth for those moments you claim to value. I'll never understand this wave of pushing the trad life just to turn around and complain that the man you made the sole provider doesn't have energy left to perform emotional labor. You chose that dynamic. If you hate the consequences, maybe rethink the setup.
That stay-at-home mom who's upset with her husband because while he works 2 jobs, 64 hours a week, and gets 1 day off, and on that 1 day off, she wants to go outside with the family, be outside, bop around outside, and he don't want to. He want to be at home. He suggested y'all do something at the house. Listen, I feel you. I understand wanting to be outside, but you might have to let this one go.
Yeah.
You might have to let this one go. Because if I don't work 64 hours in the week, 1 day off, you better not even talk to me on my day off.
I'm telling you, sleep.
A regular 40-hour week pissed me off plenty. But I will say this. How about y'all just compromise, man? How about you do 1 outing a month, right?
True.
And then you might do 1 inning, 1 family gathering at home, and every other month y'all switch off who playing it. You see what I'm saying? But them other 2 weekends, let him sleep. Man sleep.
Yo, so here's the thing. My husband works 2 jobs, and he works 64 hours a week, has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us, like me, Sophie, and him, and I want us to have a family day. He wants to stay home and spend time with us.
Unpopular opinion, apparently, based on this lady's video. She's correct and wrong at the same time. First, I find it very comical that people are like, oh my God, 64 hours a week. Some of you clearly either haven't run a business or ever been in a high-level position at a corporate position, because 60 hours is like standard. Maybe some of you haven't worked blue-collar jobs. Every dude that I know that works blue-collar jobs is like pushing 80 sometimes. The problem is the two jobs. Now, I don't know what kind of jobs they are. Let's assume they're high-intensive, because obviously he's working two jobs, so it's some sort of labor-type job. So he's probably exhausted. The compromise here is very, very simple. They basically pick a day, plan a day during the month on the day that he has off, and that's the day you go out. The other days, let that man rest. And as I usually do, I'm gonna call you both out. Some men are complaining about this because, oh, let that man rest. He needs his rest. First of all, you're a man. I don't know how else to tell you this. Be a man. It's that simple. Second, for the ladies that are like, oh my God, let that man rest. Some of you in those comment sections are the very first ones to leave a man because he wasn't spending enough time with you. It's weird how groupthink captured the internet. It's truly fascinating.
And spend time with us. But I don't want that. I want us to be outside.
Girl, that man is tired. And if he's working full-time every day, he is working at least 10 hours per day. That's a lot. And I don't know what kind of work he does, but that's a lot of working in 1 week. 6 days a week, 10 hours. As soon as you get home, you basically got to get up and go back to work again. He is tired. And it would be one thing if he wasn't making any effort at all. It would be one thing if he wasn't making an effort. But you said he wants to spend time with y'all, just not outside. And you're upset that he doesn't want to go outside. And I don't feel like that's fair. I don't feel like that's fair. I don't feel like that's right. And I don't know what y'all's circumstance is. Everybody's situation is different. And parents like to handle things with their kids differently. Like you do have some, at least one parent that wants to stay home with a child or the kids until they're able to go off to school for safety reasons. And I absolutely understand that. But when somebody recommended that, hey, maybe you get a job so that he doesn't have to work as much and he can have more time, you know, it'll be a better balance.
Yeah.
You literally said no, LOL.
That's wrong.
And I don't know what the circumstance is. I don't know how old your baby is, right? You're complaining about something that I feel is a little minuscule and is a little unfair because he's working a lot and it doesn't seem like it's not equal. Like, I'm hoping you're making a little bit of money off of TikTok because I want everybody to make their money. But I just feel like the way you handling this is not okay. And now you getting you ask people, hey, am I a bad wife or not? And some people calling you a bad wife, and now you saying you're not a bad wife. Look, you asked for our opinions, and we just giving them to you. I think you need to be a little more realistic. That man is tired. He's working a lot. He's exhausted. He seems to love you because I watched a couple of your videos after you posted the one that I just green screen. It seems like he loves you and he cares. But be gentle with that man because he is doing a lot. I would recommend y'all sit down and have a conversation. Don't say nothing else on social media about it. Talk to him offline. Get something situated and maybe start you a little side hustle so you can be bringing in some extra money, not only for yourself, but also for the family. But that's my 2 cents.
Y'all, so here's the thing. My husband works 2 jobs and
they wonder why the damn divorce rate is through the roof. She complained about a man who works 6 days a week, 2 jobs, that on his day off, he want to spend time with his family, but he want to spend family time within the home, and she want to go out and do some shit. How about this, Missy Pooh? You work the 6 days a week, work 2 jobs, 64 hours, and then we'll holler at you on Sunday whenever we're off, and we'll see what you feel like doing. All right?
You're being unreasonable, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to come on here and bash you like a bunch of other creators are on this app. I'm going to inform you on why you are unreasonable. It's because he's already working 64 hours a week. He is tired. He probably wants to be home with his family chilling because he's already been working for so long throughout the week. At the end of the day, you're his wife. You should understand that he is carrying a lot of the financial burden for your family and your kid. Instead of being upset with him because he's not spending the one day that he has off going out, doing something with you, this is what you should do instead. Have a conversation with him about allocating 1 day a month to a family day with him when he's off. That's the best approach in my opinion, because at least the days that he is off, he gets to chill, but he gets to choose which day that he wants to make his family day. And of course, the other option is to just get a job so that he's not working as much and y'all have more time to spend together outside. But I'm going to take a wild guess that you're probably not going to want to do that.
64 hours a week, 6 days. That's almost 11 hours a day. Let's just say 12. Fuck it. Make the math easy. Out of those 6 days, let's say he's sleeping for 8 hours. That's 20 hours. So other than work and sleep, he has 4 hours to himself. His commute to and from work, shitting, pissing, getting ready for work. Let's just give that an hour a day. So he has 3 hours a day for himself. I mean, I don't even know when he eats. I'm gonna be real. I don't think that a woman is unreasonable for wanting to hang out with her husband. I do think it's unreasonable that he said, let's hang out at the house, and she was still like, no. But that's another topic for another time. The most unreasonable portion of this entire setup is that he could work 40 hours a week, you could work 24 hours a week. Y'all could have the same amount of provision for the household and share responsibilities. So after he gets off his 9 to 5 or his 8 to 4, you can go clock in at your part-time. He could take care of the baby, splitting the responsibility of parenting, which means his responsibility of parenting would go up. Your responsibility of financial provision would go up equally, and everything would be cool. But there's a lot of guys who want to be super traditional. There's a lot of women who want to be super traditional but hate the patriarchy. And there's just something that everyone needs to understand. To the men who want to be traditional, you want to be Mr. Provider man, understand. Before you get yourself a wife and children, you need to make sure that you're making enough money in 40 hours or less to take care of everything financially. Or you need to make sure that you and that woman make enough money and have good enough schedules to support life with a child. If you're not living one of those situations, you're not living right. Time to go to work, sweetheart. Let him work 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. You go ahead and get yourself a gig for 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. Figure out the schedules. Then y'all can hang out on the weekends. Both of you well rested. If you only have to work 5 hours a day and he only has to work 8 hours a day, boom, weekends are open. No childcare needed. But you know, who am I?
Okay, so we've listened to what she has to say. I would love to find out, do you think that she was being reasonable, or do you think that she was being unreasonable and she did not understand where her husband was coming from? I would love to hear your own opinion, so please leave your comment in the comment section. Now, personally, when I saw it, I was like, wow, 64 hours a week. Like 9 to 5, 8 to 4 is about 40 hours if the breaks are not taken, or if breaks are not included. If breaks are included, that's about 37.5 hours for a 5-day working week. And now he doing 64 hours, he's probably doing 11 hours per day for like 6 days in a week. So he probably has maybe just Sunday off, and that is a lot of hours. Personally, I think that is not really advisable for someone. I don't know how young he is, but 64 hours can take a toll on someone later on. So I don't think that is very good health wise, but he's doing it to provide for his family. Good for him, because I think because he has 2 jobs and he's trying to make sure that he provides for the family and there is no issue. Now, her suggesting that he should go outside because they don't go outside, he always wants to stay in on his day off. It's not a bad thing per se, because they are spending time together as a family. But considering that he's doing a lot of hours working, and I don't know the type of job he's doing, it might not be something that he's interested in, because he just wants to rest on his day off. And I think, like people suggested, that they should like plan, they should have a discussion, they should plan maybe like one day in the month they can go outside and do something. So they've planned it well ahead. Hopefully nothing happens, maybe he doesn't have any illness or he doesn't feel sick, and that day that they've planned to go outside. But another thing that people suggested, which I actually agree with, is for her to get a part-time job. Honestly, she doesn't need to even go outside of the house. She can get a job from home. She can work from home. She can do like 5 hours a day from Monday to Friday and try and earn money, so that at least he can quit one of his jobs and have more time to spend with the family. Now, people suggested it and she said no, lol. And like, what? I don't know. That she should have just ignored it if she couldn't say maybe I'll consider it or something. But when she said no, LOL, it makes mockery of everything. Honestly, to me, that's what it feels. It makes mockery of the effort. It makes mockery of her coming online to ask questions as if she's genuinely concerned. It just feels like she just did the video just to like rage bait or something, because it was not a bad suggestion for her to get a job. Now, she could have just thought, okay, maybe she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, she wants to be a stay-at-home wife. Then, working from home, there's so many things that you can do to earn money from home. She can have a small business at home. She can do online jobs, and the rest, it will be extra income for their house. And also it will allow him to reduce the amount of hours he's working. Now, she said they have only one child. What happens if they have another child? The money from the two jobs might not be able to cover for the second child. So she needs to start thinking of how she can add extra income to the house so that they are not going to be at a disadvantage if she eventually has another child, or in case anything happens that he's not able to work the two jobs that he has. Now, that is my own opinion. I don't think she really was like a bad person per se. It's just that she doesn't really maybe have a full grasp of what can happen and how she should be able to walk around the whole situation with her husband. But she came online to say that people were entering her DMs and were cussing her out. They were saying she deserves to die, so many things, and I'm like, what the heck?
I knew people on the internet are mean, but I didn't expect people to DM me and saying to go kill myself because I'm a bad wife and call me ugly and beast, whatever. But I think the issue is that people are assuming the situation. I don't ask my husband to go outside every time he's home. That's ridiculous. The guy is tired. I was upset because we had stuff planned that day and he woke up and decided he didn't want to go. That's why I was upset. The last time me, Anthony, and Sophia went outside was to go watch Moana 2 for like her first ever movie experience in a movie theater. After that, we haven't done anything, just the three of us. I really didn't expect that many people to see that video. Yeah, so I'm just kind of baffled at how mean people are, but I mean, that's to be expected. Whatever. Bye.
Now, I don't get how people would disagree with people's choices and begin to threaten them because they don't like what they said. What did she say in her original video that warranted people sending her death threats and calling her out and saying also? It doesn't make sense to me. There's so many times that people would say something online or do something online and people will not agree, and it now becomes it seems like some people have lost their senses and they just begin to harass and send their threats. They had too many times that it happens, and I'm wondering what was warranting all this. Disagree with somebody's opinion, disagree with somebody's thought process, disagree with what somebody said. You can just leave your comment. Even that comment, you don't have to start sending death threats or hate comments or all sorts of things. But it gets to a level that some people, I don't know how they feel comfortable on their laptop, on their phones, and just say, I will deal with you, go jump in the river, do this, do that, and it doesn't make sense to me. There's so many times it has happened. So many times some people would have a video go viral and then they will come back and say people are saying also they are sending their threats, they are telling them to unalive themselves. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It's surprising and astonishing to me because I don't know why people's mindset immediately if there's something they disagree with goes to that level. That means those people have the tendency to unalive people, because if you don't have that spirit in you, you would not think the first thing you should say to somebody because you disagree with the way the person talked or the person reacted to something is automatically to go towards death. If you are not someone that if they give you a gun, you would go and do something to, because it doesn't make sense. What did she say that is making people act a fool in her DM? I don't understand. Anyway, that is my thought about this whole situation. Do you think that the wife was being unreasonable with her demands? Do you think that she should get a job to help offset some of the bills, and so that the man, her husband, can reduce his working hours so that he can have more time to spend with them outside the home? Do you think that him suggesting that they should do something in the house was also okay? Because in a comment that I saw, she said they eventually stayed in and watched the movie. So they eventually did something together as a family. I would love to hear your own thoughts about the situation, and I would also love to hear your thoughts about people sending their threats to people when they disagree with their opinion. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.